This is Ghost Rider 615. And in a day when sports is hailed almost like it's politics or Social Security, it's so important to people, we have a man who made millions of dollars talking to an interviewer, telling him that a dollar doesn't mean more to him than loyalty. Well, this is a first. This man and former athlete, name is Michael Vick. And he's telling and giving a message that should be heard to all of us out there, especially the black community. We need to hear what he has to say because it is very important. Because we either stand together or divided we fall. Now, I don't know what it's going to take for us to get there, but I sure know that if we don't talk about things and we don't move in the right directions, then we're going to have a long road to hoe. And I don't want to be in no field. So please listen up.
I don't financially support them, though.
The millions of dollars, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if we can call it for me supporting them. I never felt like I supported anybody. I gave. You had
This
a
is
couple
true.
$1 million,
No,
you
this
might
is
look
true.
at a difference. Like walking in that back room and you broke and you find $20 million and you found it. They was outside. You ain't gonna give them nothing. You're not gonna give them a dime. You ain't gonna. He got a kids and he trying to get an apartment. You're not gonna help him when you got a pocket full of money.
It's a tough situation.
No, it's not a tough situation. I don't think it's a tough situation.
I've dealt with it. I've dealt with friends, and it's
I don't
always.
think it's tough. It's a respect level, man. Like, I don't value a dollar. I value,
Now, he's talking to a white interviewer, and I don't like to bring race in it, but it means something in this particular instance. And it's because some people, like the black community, don't realize that their morality sometimes can be something that the oppressor uses against you. See, his only motivation a lot of times is money, conquering, taking, owning all the land and the wealth, the police, the government. But we sit back and a lot of times we try to take the high road. Right now in a capitalistic society, there's only one road, and that road better be to having some type of political power, economic power, and especially some community togetherness. Now, I understand that athletes, they endure a lot of trials and tribulations, but they forget also that when they were not professionals, their community supported them. Their mothers and fathers supported them, okay? And so you get a taste of the good life, and it's not that you forget, because you could never forget. Every time you look in a mirror, you can see who you are. The fact is, though, you won't let nothing threaten your lifestyle. And sometimes, the very people that gave you that lifestyle can take it away. Now, I'm talking about two types of people. Those two types of people are selfish people or community-minded people. And all community-minded means is that you think of others, not before yourself, because you cannot take care of anyone until you can take care of yourself, not even a family. But you do not think that the world is just yours alone, and you share, you think about your community, you divide the little bit you got. And this is what we used to do. And this is why we had the cities and Wall Streets and communities that we had once before people burned them and got jealous, okay? And we can do that again, okay? But we cannot do this unless we start looking at ourselves and start looking really hard about some of the feelings that we have. You know, self-hatred will make you hate anything that looks and reminds you of yourself. And that's a hard blow for a lot of us because we don't want to actually admit and commit to change. You have to first admit you have a problem, then you commit to actively getting rid of that problem or seeking to get rid of it. And self-hatred was put there, you know, over centuries of time. You know, they took your history, language, you know. They actually took your land, your children, your wife, and then they took your history so that you wouldn't know who or what you were, and that you had to depend solely on your oppressor for everything. And after a couple of 100 years, you began to think that beauty was your oppressor, power was your oppressor, your food was your oppressor. Now, I'm not going to talk about the part that we play in a lot of things because we know that ourselves. But we have to face the facts of where we are in today's society. And we've been there for a very long time. I don't know how we're going to get where we need to go, but I know we can get there. And I know a lot of people do not like the fact that they won't be able to barter themselves out of it. They won't be able to pray themselves out of it. They won't be able to march themselves out of it. Listen.
In hand back in 1966, the Black Panther Party hit the streets of Oakland armed with rifles and shotguns. Their mission? Keeping an eye on the cops and shielding their community from unfair treatment. It was a bold move during a time when police violence against black folks was sadly routine. But they didn't stop there. In 1968, they made sure kids got breakfast for free. And in 1969, they were loud about demanding payment for the wrongs of slavery way before others joined in.
Now, we've had many groups of people go out and try to protect our communities, our children, our women, and even ourselves. And we've seemed to always come up short. But we have to make a determination of how we want to live, where we want to live, and don't let anybody fool you. Wherever your foot is your country, it's your state, it's your city. Now, athletes, celebrities, and all those who make what somebody calls lucky money, you're going to have to come home sooner or later. I hope you don't come home broke and torn down like you left. This is Ghost Rider 615 out.